Hello, this is MrChabry, and happy Pokemon Day. So basically this is going to be a video about my Pokemon journey. And I did a video like this back in 2016 for the 20th anniversary Pokemon. But I decided, you know what, I want to do that again because I've, gotten better equipment, better stuff, and I can probably explain my Pokemon journey a little bit better. Plus I've got this little infographic here. It was basically draw your personal Pokemon path. With this, I feel like I can explain my Pokemon journey a little bit better than I did last time, because I've got basically a little roadmap here. So actually, the first time I ever heard of Pokemon was actually from Super Smash Brothers. Super Smash Brothers came out, and it was a really amazing game. And there was a lot of different video game characters. Some of them I never even heard of. And Pikachu was one. About maybe a week later, my dad catches my attention, and he tells me that little Pikachu character that was in Smash Brothers is on the TV in a little cartoon show. So that was basically my introduction to Pokemon, was Smash Brothers and then the anime. And I actually remember the first episode I ever watched. It was the episode where Ash faces Misty. After that, of course, I wanted a Pokemon game. I was ready to join everyone in the craze. And this is actually my first Game Boy Color, and the first Pokemon game I ever got was actually Pokemon Yellow. So this right here is my first Pokemon game. It's Pokemon Yellow. It came with this specific Game Boy Color right here, a special edition. Of course, you got Pikachu, Jigglypuff, and Togepi. It also came with this Game Boy Color carrying case. Later on, I did get Pokemon Blue. This specific cartridge right here. So when people ask me what my first starter was, of course it's going to be Pikachu because I started with Pokemon Yellow, but the one that I always chose in Pokemon Blue was going to be Squirtle, because Blastoise is on the cover, of course. But I always did think Squirtle was the coolest out of the three Kanto starters. When I was young, I never even played Pokemon Red. So yeah, it was just Pokemon Yellow and Pokemon Blue for a while. We now enter the second generation. I was actually at my cousin's birthday party, and one of the gifts that he got out of the package was a copy of Pokemon Silver. And at the time, I only knew about Pokemon Yellow, Blue, and Red. So I was just like, what is this? Is this a new Pokemon game that I never heard of? So he immediately took it out of the box, he put it into the Super Game Boy, and we just watched in amazement as he played through a totally new Pokemon experience. We saw a lot of new Pokemon that we never even heard of. He actually picked Totodile as a starter, but I was so intrigued by the Fire Mouse, Cyndaquil, that when I finally got to play through it, I got to play it. The next bump on here is going to be Pokemon Gold. I eventually got that as well. I actually don't have that copy anymore because I gave it to my sister. At the time, I was trying to convince my sisters to, play Pokemon with me, and I thought giving them my Pokemon Gold would do that, but they still weren't interested. And then, I eventually got Pokemon Crystal. So, the thing I remember about seeing Pokemon Crystal for the first time was that you could play as a female. And I actually thought that was pretty cool because up to this point, you could only play as a male character. So I was so excited about this, even though it was basically the same game, they have a little bit of changes, aesthetic changes. But I still ended up getting it, and I played as the female character in it. So I eventually had all three of the Johto games, so that way I could play with each starter, but Cyndaquil is still my favorite out of the bunch. So for the next part of our story, we fast forward a few more years, and on a trip to GameStop with my dad, I actually saw a poster which had two new Pokemon on it that up to that point I'd never seen before. That was Groudon and Kyogre. So I knew that there was going to be new Pokemon games coming out, and I was so excited. So I asked my dad for those Pokemon games, and I eventually ended up getting both of them on the same birthday. So right here is Ruby and Sapphire, with that, you know, I was big into Pokemon, but around this time, I noticed that a lot of the people that I used to talk Pokemon about were kind of not interested in Pokemon anymore. And another thing was I actually moved away from all the people I used to play Pokemon with at school. So I didn't have my cousin there to talk Pokemon anymore. So at this point, it felt like I was just playing Pokemon by myself because around me, no one else was playing Pokemon. And it just seems like Pokemon's no longer the cool thing. So there is a time period where I don't play any Pokemon games. With this, that basically ends the first chapter of my Pokemon story. You'll notice in the infographic that it's the red line. We now enter first shade of like the orangish yellow. There's like a little period, as you see there, where I don't play any of the new Pokemon games for a while. And I would call that like, you know, my high school era, I guess. The era where people weren't into Pokemon as much. And if you were into Pokemon, a lot of times you would get picked on in school. After I graduated high school, I was feeling a little nostalgic for Pokemon, and specifically Pokemon Silver. Because, you know, Pokemon Silver was the one I feel like I had the most memories of. It was the one that I actually played the most as a kid. But the thing is, the internal battery on these things actually die. And once they die, you can't save it. Well, I actually did go through the trouble to put a new battery in here. I actually, you know, looked up how to do it, how to put battery into Pokemon Silver cartridge. I had a little suggestion on the side where it was a playthrough of Pokemon Soul Silver. And this was a video by Leroy, who doesn't do videos as often as he used to. He used to do like whole entire playthroughs. Yeah, so I would watch Leroy's playthrough of Pokemon Soul Silver. I was amazed that they made a remake, which I didn't even know that they did a remake of Pokemon Silver. And that was, growing up, my favorite Pokemon game. So I already had the DS, I already had the hardware. I just went out and bought Pokemon Soul Silver. And it actually became the Pokemon game I've actually played the most. I've put the most hours into Soul Silver, which is pretty cool. But from there, I was reattached to Pokemon. And when I got Pokemon Soul Silver, Jessie, who at the time never played a Pokemon game, I actually got her interested into it as I was explaining the different starters in Heart Gold Soul Silver. So she wanted to try it out. So I got Soul Silver. She started with Heart Gold, and that was actually her first Pokemon game. So that's one reason why Chikorita is actually her favorite Pokemon. And I would actually go on and buy Pokemon White. This is actually the cartridge. It's because I would be watching Leroy's Soul Silver playthrough, and then I came across his Pokemon White playthrough. It was the newest Pokemon game at the time. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to play a new Pokemon game, a new experience. I also eventually ended up getting Pokemon Heart Gold. I went back and played Pokemon Diamond. I even went back and played Fire Red, so I could catch up on some of the Pokemon games that I actually missed out on. I started getting Jessie the Pokemon games as well. I already got her Heart Gold, so I ended up getting her Pokemon White because she wanted to play the same version as me. I got her a copy of Diamond because she wanted to play that as well. So after that, I bought Pokemon Black. I started doing this thing where I buy both versions of the new Pokemon game. And that enters the next phase, or the next chapter of my Pokemon journey, which is colored in with the yellow. And I would call that Back into Pokemon. And then I heard about the new Pokemon games that were coming out. Pokemon White 2 and Black 2. And at this point, I was back onto Pokemon. I was keeping up with all the news, and I eventually got Pokemon White 2. And from that point, I would keep up with the Pokemon games. I eventually got Pokemon Black 2 because I was buying both versions. When X and Y came out, I started off with the Y version, as Jessie got Pokemon X. There was a moment when X and Y first came out where it seemed like everyone was back into Pokemon. A lot of people that I never even heard talk about Pokemon were playing Pokemon for a little while. Also, this thing misses out on Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, which I don't understand why they've got the other remakes, Fire Red, Leaf Green, Heart Gold Soul Silver, even Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. They've got those, but they left out Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Why? I actually went back to play Pokemon Red, and I actually got the Virtual Console, so I'd count that. And this is actually the device I got for the Virtual Console, Pokemon Red. This also has Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Blue, Gold, Silver, and Crystal on this thing. And this is actually the 3DS I played the most out of, and it's even got the little 20th anniversary Pikachu there. So yeah, I got this back in 2016. So after playing the Virtual Console games, of course, Sun and Moon came out after that. I started with Sun, and actually Jessie got Sun as well because she wanted to play, you know, daytime while it's daytime in the game. So we both got Pokemon Sun. Eventually, you know, at this point I was buying both versions, so I got Pokemon Moon as well. And Pokemon Moon would actually be the version that I did a playthrough of. I feel like that's actually where the next chapter, where, you know, you see the yellow turn into orange. I think that should have been Pokemon Sun, because that's where a new transition happens. Before this, in the yellow, I was just playing Pokemon on my own. I wasn't really posting much stuff about it. But after 2016, I actually got a lot of people hopping into my channel, discovering my videos that I did, and I would say mostly a lot of that was from Pokemon Go blowing up. In 2016, Pokemon Go just exploded, and even more so than when X and Y came out, there was people talking about Pokemon that actually I knew didn't like Pokemon before that. There was people that I actually remember overhearing them saying they hated Pokemon. Pokemon is a terrible thing, and then within a week or two, I would see them walking around doing this little number on their phone, and I knew they were playing Pokemon. I got Ultra Sun when that came out, and then Ultra Moon. So after Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, I decided I wanted to play Pokemon Platinum. Diamond and Pearl have a lot of issues with their coding, where the actual gameplay feels really sluggish. So Pokemon Platinum actually fixes all of those things. So I wanted to actually go through Sinnoh in a better constructed game. So I ended up playing Pokemon Platinum, and I did do a playthrough of Renegade Platinum. After that, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee came out, and as you can see there, I only got Let's Go Pikachu. I feel like those games were probably the weakest out of all these games. All these Pokemon games, I feel like I could go back and play over and over, and I feel like Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee were just so... there was something missing. I don't think the catching mechanic works well in a mainline Pokemon game as it does on a mobile version of the game. But after that, I started off with Shield, as Jessie started with Sword. So after I played Pokemon Shield, I actually got Pokemon Sword so I can, you know, restart the Galar adventure, but also play the DLC during the main game instead of all post-game like I did in Shield. But as you see there, after I got Sword, I actually went back to play Pokemon Emerald, and that's actually a Pokemon game I'm currently doing off-screen. I'm not doing a playthrough series of that. I just really was curious about Pokemon Emerald because it seems like the Pokemon game that was a mystery to me when I was younger. It's the Pokemon game that I remember asking my parents for, but at this point I wasn't able to get. Fire Red and Leaf Green, I didn't ask them for that because I recognized that was a remake of the first generation, and I didn't really see much difference except graphics, which I know at this point that there's a lot of added stuff, but at the time I didn't know. But Emerald I thought looked pretty cool. I saw that there was new stuff that they added, but my parents at this point weren't going to get me that. So there you see my line go back to Emerald, basically as a full circle. The generation that I exited Pokemon is the generation I'm currently playing on my free time. So with that, that's my Pokemon journey. What's your Pokemon journey? Leave that in the comments. I would like to know. Did any of your Pokemon games seem to go this direction, or is it totally different? Let me know if you like this. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you in the next Pokemon video.